can never tell if everything's live or not. There. Like I don't want to hear the mic sometimes to hear myself, but I kind of want to make sure the audio is coming in clear. How's this? Yeah, so we're not hitting too much of the yellow. Those are mics to the side, and I should be talking directly to it from here. I'm also getting used to the camera. It's I upgraded the lens on it a little bit, you know, took advantage of Black Friday shopping right there. We're gonna work on some Unity stuff and Notion, kind of schedule out the rest of this week. Won't be maybe 2 hours we can get streaming today, and maybe knock out 30 minutes of gameplay. Let's see if we can get this over to YouTube. Fixing that camera. There. I think that should look nice. We're also doing a whole sand setup thing that's been actually sand sit down. Yeah. I think I said that right. We'll figure it out. I think OBS is working. Yeah, honestly, at the bottom, the specs aren't showing if it's alive or not. Give me 2 seconds.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, it's his job to keep the power on.
Yeah.
That's why he chooses Granger for professional grade products and next day delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call, click, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
It's like the camera's on, but it's not on at the same time. OBS, my sweet OBS. Let's try. It also might be that this top screen is 4K. And then if we check the audio now, yeah. Okay, so that is working fine. That's all good. I have no idea why it's not transitioning correctly, but that's something for another day. We don't need organ today. Okay. What were we working on last? We added some trees and we're trying to lay out where the house is gonna be, and then I think we had the hill. And then we needed roads. But before we get into all of that, I need to get used to looking up because the third screen's up on the wall, which makes it easier instead of looking downwards. So I have two here, and my curve is at the bottom where Unity is at, and then the control panel is to the left over here. So just trying to figure it all out. Okay, what did we have next? That's so odd. Level design or feature set? Okay, so we had puzzle familiar, failures, write exact in-game text, configuration, there's engine and tools, the Notion documentation, anything in there specific? Create actual Notion DBs for the puzzle choices, end games, and chapters. I think we started on that also. Uh, Puzzle specs, the choice table. I think we did ending gallery table. Link the DBs in each puzzle to its chapter. Refine main project dashboard. I believe that's halfway done. We can circle back on that. We do have LLM Notion integration. Yeah. I think that's also halfway done. So that one actually might be in the progress stage. Implement telescope, shrine, and sync, anchor rings and puzzles, and the global puzzle manager, and stress meter. If this is 60, this one can do 120, and this one can do 240. I need game stat or the piano puzzle controller working access. So I think everything on that end is working. And then we can put audio at 12. It should be fine. Huh. Something with this screen is off. Is that closer to the edges is bleeding off a little bit. So let's take a look at the settings for that one. We are on 10 gig. We're ready to 10 gig file setups. Terrain and house design, I think is where we left off.
Taking care of your money is taking care of your mental health. That's why I use Experian, my big financial friend. With the Experian app, I can check my FICO score, explore savings tools, and get matched with credit card offers. Some cards are labeled no ding decline, which means if I'm not approved, they won't hurt my credit scores. That's confidence I can count on. Download the Experian app today.
The setup is so much more. It's like flexible.
If you aren't initially approved. Initial approval will result in a hard inquiry, which may impact your credit scores.
So were we scripting out? Terrain environment, walk, house, top down plane. I think our footprint is a 20 by 20 for the terrain. What do we have? Yeah, we have a 200 by 200 terrain environment. Terrain height and everything. Excuse me. Telescope shrine. All right, so let us review our what's our vision document. Okay, so we have the pitch and we have the one paragraph pitch. Target to individuals, curious puzzle system, and then core fantasies and what makes it feel a certain way. Then we have our target audience, platforms, and genre. So it seems when it comes to our vision document, we have that in place. And then our design, we have game overview, title, genre, platform, target audience for lead. So I think we need scene design sent because we have a basic understanding how things are going to be, what systems we need to implement, and we build systems and we can basically reuse those systems over and over again. I think it's the goal I'm going for here. Being able to use the systems multiple times will help in the long run. The art, I think I'm definitely going to have to get with an artist for that. Might even be something that comes out of pocket. I think the twin control system was what I was going to work on, and the design core puzzles, like the types we were going to go for. I mean, that's a 2-month work, and we've done. When did I start this? October or November? I think November. Beta access would be what? Production's 10 months. It's a long time. Teams and roles. Yeah, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 individuals to help with this. I need someone for audio, someone for art, and maybe 2 other devs to help with programming, the dialogue, branching memory, cutscenes, and then a puzzle designer. And then a community manager would be someone just to kind of help with the design of the work. Yeah, we're good there. Kind of wish I can put a panel there, like a small little tablet, and then we can add the chat to it. Which, now that I think about it, I can probably fit a, what do you call it? Not a stream deck. Prompter? Yeah, I could probably fit a prompter there now. I didn't think the setup was gonna work out so well. Yeah, so the GDD is pretty much good. It will need to be expanded a little bit more. So we have the twin system I can work on. And let's look at the feature list over here. The twin control systems is the biggest thing. So that's the spec sheets. If I go here, what documents did I add to our baby here? Art. Did I not have features? Let's take a look at this document. And as part, there's nothing there. Oh, these documents are trashing. Okay, let us do. Can Notion just export everything? Not DB, this one. Can you export as PDFs? Include current view. Include everything. Page format, letters, scale. Include subpages. Create folders for subpages. Export. Because I thought it gave me the documentation of everything, and it periodically. Well, we also need to save this to the NAS. It gave me one giant PDF. That is the Unity dump. I don't want to save anything to that. just save it here. Still not what I wanted because it doesn't give you pages. This is, yeah, that's just one documentation. All right, I'm gonna save myself a headache and just export these manually. Now, this would work better if... Oh, export is taking forever. Really? We're just going to end up... Yeah, she is out. Oh. I don't have that much work in here for you to be exporting so much. All right, I'll wait for that to export. We had assets in here we're testing, right? Packages, projects. What do we have? Broken vector, convey. What is this demo? Avatars. It's a demo scene, but I don't see the demo in it. No, that one doesn't have anything yet. Lighting. HDR surfaces. Starter pack. Up, where'd we go? Can we hit play and see how it runs? Yeah, Notion might have been frozen. Hold on. Missing could not load settings, so need provided. Okay, cool. So that one might not be something we can use. Those are audio effects, how to reload input systems. We have settings, generated module, first person. Don't save. Okay, so let's check this document. Oh yeah, that's way better. Okay, so at least exporting is running faster now. It stopped opening up. The TDD, technical design. Okay. That's how long it's been since we last worked on stuff. I think it's been over a week. Oh, I can like. This should help basically anyone who comes in to kind of have an understanding of what's going on. Oh, we don't have a room design one yet. I'm could not load settings. Could not load settings. Please select a settings provider on resource settings generator. Also, yeah. Audio design, get version pipeline, deployment testing. Okay, so we should be fine with those documents for now. Edit those documents, pull those into those should be all set. Okay. Now let's have it. Concept art, color usage requests. Oh, I think we had this one. This might be the thumbnail, so I can upload, replace thumbnails later. Don't need this. Packages, game as concept art creation, scene description analysis, character system. All right, so let's do twin system. Well, we're gonna go through the rest of our assets and then we'll circle back to the twin system. Nature rain plugins, prefabs, rain effects. Oh, because of rain effects. So if we hit play on this bad boy. I don't know if it like looks too fake. Maybe if we have it like a darker background in it. What do you guys think? Darker background or no? Give me 2 seconds. All right. Display settings. Let's see if we can fix that really quick. Right now, it's pulling at 4K. If everything is 1440, will it be? It's kind of in the middle. Okay, yeah. So let's just use this for the screen right now. I don't think I have HDR on. Yeah, HDR is not on any of them, so it should be perfectly fine. Okay, so we have core gameplay, players can log and stuff sweeping both. Okay. So this is the part in the we swap back over here. Do we go through all of these? That's the rain effects. We don't know about that one yet. We have starter access, free textures, and then these are the other projects that we haven't installed yet. Which I don't think we need those. Open. Don't save. Okay, let us clear this. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, see, the audio plays. Wait, can you guys hear audio? Unity? Oh yeah. Okay, so you guys can hear the music. And it's very fluid how it's running. It also could be my PC. We have leaves falling? When did we put butterflies in this? Tree movement. But you can't go through them. Okay. We might remove this one. See, that works fine. Now what is supposed to happen if I hit tab, it's supposed to swap to the other character. The other character stop motion on that. The other character is over here. This is Bob. Bob's supposed to move. Bob does not move whenever I need Bob to move. What do we need to do? Is it this one? No. There. All right. We need to. What's lockstep? We need the what's. Why are you in caps? Both instant between puzzles, cooperation impacts trust, narrative branches, puzzle paths. In the feature, the system must report lockstep mode. Both characters move and act simultaneously. Separate mode, players swap between controlling one or the other. Trust meter, integration when action succeeds or fails. Inputting routing for two characters, left, right, back of both. And the level from TD. Camera requirements. Cinema must follow active twin player camera group. Allow dynamic switching and support puzzle cameras. Player centralized between both twins. Your system must provide puzzle scripts. What was that? Encoding? Oh. System must provide puzzle scripts with is twin in range, both activated lock. Trust must be changed based on successful lock, failed narratives, missing needed features based on lock. Feature gap. Recommendation implementation. Now we can understand features from below. Here's the exact room I complained. The camera switching. Okay, so we have a roadmap. So if I go into Notion, it does not have display capture. We'll lock this in place here. Can I edit this one? Edit the name? There was a way for me to edit that before. Board view. If I do a new. What do we call this one? Point control. It's not doing that correctly. Add a new view. Edit groups. Group by same color. We'll remember these eventually at some point. Give me one moment.
You can hear me up through there.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, my sound was really bad.
Working across teams is tough, but Asana helps you handle it. Asana AI can spot roadblocks and assign work to keep everything on track. That's how work gets handled. Visit us at asana.com.
Welcome home, Columbia. Beautiful, beautiful. Discovery's core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions. Liftoff of mission 41B, the first flight of the orbiter Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Discovery Houston, trim to ATO. Nice to be in orbit. Beautiful, beautiful.
You shot me. Oh, oh. Sing like a mew. Do we have... I think there is a hide button. Did I delete that? I have the mic one. This one might be it. Oh. And then we'll just adjust that. All right, so I don't need the microphone to mute per se. Here you go. I think I deleted the entire thing. Copy. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that should take care of the sources. Oh, we also should get the mic channel. What is that one called? It is not called system. That's probably why. Mic. Okay, mic for. There you go. Alright, technically, if I were to do this, hello, hello, hello. Okay, so it works like that, but I need the vertical. Which is, wait, that's weird. If I turn the camera off completely from CV, it shouldn't be responding still. Hmm. Maybe because of Atom, it does it. All right, that should work for now. Discard. Found it. Should be just source. Because if I do this, no, the camera still plays, but it mutes. It mutes. So that's fine. We'll have to. Hey, Jenny, how are you? I'm good, good, good. Just working on game stuff today. Actually had some time. Is this a status? Can I change this to? It won't let me. Is the only issue I have with this. Tests. It just keeps popping on new pages. That's what's going on there. I was like, my audio is working still. Delete. Edit properties. This is trash. We don't need that. Name and assign, those are two, and then under groups.
WGU has a ton of resources. That really allowed for flexibility for me. I had a bunch of credits and they
Yeah, we don't even want that
and
one.
As we can accelerate, I finished very quickly. With WGU, you can start
Group
whenever.
by layout, filter, sort. I don't want to add a page here, but Let me go to my handy dandy. Where is it? Over here. No, that's groups for people. Yeah, that's not getting it at all either. I mean, for now, I guess then we can just property. All right, give me one moment. All right, so that works. Yeah, I gotta jump in between things to kind of figure it out. There was a question I see there. How name service tasks to do? So in Notion, you can just tell it to create a DB for you, and then it kind of structures it out by itself. The problem I'm having now is I need to add different fields. For instance, I want to have something like, say, the actual system that I'm trying to design. I would have it say twin system and then list all the steps underneath there. Once that's done, then I would use the bigger one, kind of like sub tasks within tasks, if that makes sense. My audio might be a little higher. There you go. Because this, like, I can add page, but I can't add group. So I need to add, and I did it before, which is the crazy part. Lay group by status, sort by hide. Planning out the week and different subsystems I need to create for the game. If I can figure out my organizational path. Columns, wrap up. Yeah, I don't see. Tab board. These are different views and data sources, but it won't work out like that. All right, so let's just, for the sake of time.
No matter your industry, Grainger's here for you with professional grade supplies. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All right, we need to. All right, phases. These would be everything I need to fix. Reference to activate on suite. We don't have any of those. Camera state machine. And this is all just one system. So I think there's like 15 so far. These are not done yet. Yeah, the character switching is what we're working on now, so we'll just do this. There. And in that way, that's the player follow cam, and I was using that one before to third person multi. What's wrong with the noise? Let's see. Encoding overheating, please. Encoding should be fine. Easy. Alright, see? Fluid motion. It works. Jumping works, all of that. There should be caps lock should toggle to stop the other brother from moving. And if I do tab right now, I should switch over. Let's see if I can. Yeah, the camera is not moving to the other sibling. Camera follow. Let's double check this one. And then the small little script we have here. No, that's not the one. Very basic. Should check if one's active and then sets the active. But I realized I wanted to set the active without. Sorry, I wanted to set the active player without blocking the other player from view. run it and see how the rest of it goes. Run it. Which I just noticed. Why does the sky not change correctly? Yeah. So with this on, I think do we just lock our character out? Preliminary, just while I'm building out the game. So I'm using packages to help speed up some process because I thought about I can make my own character, but if I can't find a sprite that or a prefab that matches what I'm looking for, because initially I was thinking maybe we could do like the person who's playing could create both the characters for the game. But then I was like, that's just adding extra granularity of work up front. Maybe in like a spin-off, they can create their character with a little customization. And then from there, we could go kind of basically get add an extra level of fun to it so they can be creative. So at least this way I can get the mechanics going, such as switching between characters. The only issue is the characters are not swapping. See, there should be one right in front of them. And then I just listed them as different prefabs on the left. Yeah, if I try to do too much art up front and the UI look, it's gonna get great. It's gonna get out of hand, which is also why I have Notion. Where'd it go, by the way? Oh, there it is. I'm using Notion to kind of map everything out, because otherwise it becomes way too much to kind of figure out without getting confused. And whenever I can get someone to start helping along with the game, then they have kind of like a research notes of where everything's at. So all of this, I kind of spent like 2 weeks working on basically the information for the game. Oh yeah, no, that's definitely me. I definitely got too creative with the last game I made. Not too creative. It was more like I got too distracted and it took longer to just get the basics done. Then I was like, what am I doing on this part? Just focusing and how does it they say it's better done than getting it great or something like that, to avoid kind of like scope creep. That's very true. That's very true. Elite, I would definitely say the movement so far is very fluid, and right now I can do mouse, keyboard, or controller, and it feels very natural. So I don't have to worry too much on movement. The only thing I'll probably do is maybe slow down or speed up some aspects of it. Check that. Hide this one. And then generate the first person. There's a surprise part of the game where first person might not be the best, which is why I think having actually the ability to do first person, third person might work out better. Yeah, so I kind of want the players to kind of get spooked since it's a horror game as they're playing. Kind of, they're just kind of like, oh, something there, kind of situation. So as they're walking around, either let me see if I can do a quick demo of how it would work. Okay. So this is with controller to see how it is. So one idea I had to also make the game a little bit more interesting is while the person's playing, if they're in third person, maybe like at the sliver of their back, probably like 190 or something like that, there's a shadow on the floor. And that shadow can simulate simulation sickness with person. I can't sometimes change settings, often just can't play sadly. Oh yeah, that makes sense. And I think that's where acknowledging things like that for players will help out. So that's kind of why I want to do third person and first person for the game, to give that ability where like if we'll call it the creeper. If the creeper shows up, basically you have no idea when, you can turn your camera around. And third person, the person can look like this, but first person, they'll never be able to see behind them. And I think depends on the play style, it lets people either immerse themselves a little bit better. But I know sometimes, like for example, similar to how VR games are, you can't do first person too much because it throws off the balance for individuals. Oh, is that what's going on? It locks the step of the movement. So this. Player controls. Input. Will the player have control over perspective? Yes. That's actually a really good one. They should be able to a degree. No pun intended. To at least be able to identify puzzles and small little details that help move the story along. I think, what do we have? Storyline alone, we have 8 chapters. Yeah. So there's a lot of puzzles that are in details that, for a story to make sense, especially the ending, they have to be able to have different perspectives of how they want to go about things.
Working across teams is tough,
Yeah.
but Asana helps you handle it. That's because Asana
Yeah, I think
is where
I'm.
humans and AI coordinate work together.
I want to say there might be about either 8 to 32 different endings for the game. I know that's a little bit adventurous, but that really comes into play using the, call it, the dialogue manager. So that one will be where, based on the clues they find and the answers they give and the responses, it triggers different cutscenes, which is a lot of work.
Discovery Houston, press to ATO.
Lock, sprint, analog, cursor. Jump, secure cursor. Finish. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Interaction. Let's do lighting. Gamepad. Let's see. Add binding with listen. That's a button, and that's a sprint pass through. Gamepad. Add a toggle view. Alright, so we want to be able to keep both characters active. Do I have trying to think how I want to resolve character swapping issue. I think it's the two characters. I also want to keep both characters in play, give freedom for the other one to move around and look at things, but make it almost like you're playing with another character. So at least they can go wander around and I guess look at things periodically. One global player input in the scene. We want to have... All right, I have animator. I want to keep player camera, character control. Okay. For instance, let's remove this one. Third person control. We keep basic rig. We should be able to keep player input. We'll remove that. Game input. Starter assets. Okay. Hello, hello. Welcome. Game controls input and the main camera. So if we turn those three off. What do you mean looking for need as an artist? Caught my curiosity. Basically looking to see who wants to make video games. Whether you're doing it full time, you doing it as a side project, you're doing it because you have a passion for video games or want to make something. That's basically where we're going with this. I work full time, run 2 other businesses, but I somehow got into wanting to make video games. I actually have my first one on Steam called Drunker Baby. This would be my second game, and it's gonna be a 3D game. So I definitely know as a new game dev, it's far easier to work with other individuals to get things done. So I'm open to just working on projects with people. I work in IT full time. But I made my first game, took me 4 months? Yeah, 4 months from idea to having it available on Steam for download. So technically, game developer with a studio. I mean, it's kind of impressive. But I also did it like working probably 3 to 4 hours in the evening. Yeah. We have a basic rig. It wasn't, because technically I took a passion and just turned it into something productive. It was, I want to say, maybe annoying learning something, but at the same time it was fun. Do I want to replace this rig script? I edit script. Appreciate that. How's your day? How's everything with you? And since you're curious about the title, are you into development or anything at the point, or games? Input rig, layer rig. Oh, Unreal. I was thinking about that, but Unreal from all the research I saw, it was Unreal was geared towards like AAA games, and I think as a beginner, or a start, even as a startup, technically, it's easier to find people to work with Unity because those can basically you can develop on almost any type of machine. With Unreal, I heard that you need for your development rig, since it's doing like high fluidity content and video and like images and stuff like that, you would need a GPU. And if I didn't want to presume everyone in the circumstance where they could just have a GPU in their system for developing and coding. So I went with Unity for now, and probably in the future, I'm not opposed to learning Unreal. I heard they're almost they're very similar. One might have a leg up on another based on how easily it can, I guess, code, or just help in the development of certain aspects. Oh, I have figured out more of the coding than I have on the visual aspect of Unity. So, you are far ahead of me in that one. I need to verify. Oh, what is getting disconnected? Is that script? Hey Shadow, what's up? And there's a shader graph. Their shader graph is fun in Unity. All right, you might have to show me that one day, because I'm just learning their 3D environment, and it's very interesting to see how the littlest of things can be accomplished. Like, I thought I had to place each of these trees one by one, thinking I was like, oh, this is gonna be tedious. No, just go to terrain and tell it, hey, put 10,000 trees down for me, or shrubs. Playing with environment and terrain, that's been interesting. I still haven't figured out the sky, so I think I have a basic one up. But then there was it a plugin or a package? I want to say package that's supposed to allow it to kind of adjust the sky. I think it's called Skybox. The Skybox with time, but I haven't gotten that far yet. Yeah. So the sky looks very. It's what's that game? Genshin Impact. I think it's a similarity of the sky. I made a water shader with vector displacement, and when meshes intersect with it, there's an outline around the mesh. So to give like effects of like waddling through water, where it's like sprinkling on people, is the quickest thing I think of. Huh. So does that mean okay, so when I hit the swapping it does. So I technically didn't need to have input and game input on there, but I do have cameras. Okay, yeah, I didn't need to add that to it. So we can remove those. Trying to think, will I need that effect for anything? I don't think there's any water in the game. Let me see here. If I check any of the chapters, I think everything's in the house, so there wouldn't be anything for like mesh and effect shading. The stream is lagging. Let me... Is it still lagging? Let me know. Also, I tend to talk a lot. That's perfectly fine with me. I like to bounce ideas off of people, especially who join chat, so it works for me. Let me know if it's still lagging. What? Yeah, for some... Oh, yeah. I'm dropping frames. Oh, I know exactly what it is. Give me... So audio keeps skipping, video skips around every few seconds. Okay. I have Discord open, so I'm closing that out. It was open earlier. It also could be Unity. Let's see, Notion visual settings. Let's do this really quick. There, we should get an increase in performance now. Oh, it's blame Unity. I think it's a hot reload. So ever since I've been running this, it's been like I've noticed it pops up and freezes the computer for a few seconds. So I'm like, what in the world is going on here? Task viewer, where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you go. Yeah, OBS and Unity right now are crunching through the PC. But I want to say it's definitely Unity is using my GPU for the Sky. And it has it up like 60%. Unity and Chrome, I'll definitely say. But that's all good. I closed some things out, so it shouldn't be affecting it too much. That should be it. Okay. Just thanks for letting me know, guys. Just let me know if anything else pops up while we try to figure out this movement system. There's one edge case to watch for. Okay, so do we want to have anything where you can push? I mean, solving puzzles in the house. Do we want to push anything? Do we want to push anything? No, I think we'll skip that. I started with coding. Yeah, I started with coding in Unity, and then I did some more artwork in Canva and GIMP. I was thinking of using After Effects or some things, and then Blender. I heard you can do a lot of the movement and things in Blender, and it makes it far easier. So that might be something I work on next. I think my goal is to also learn a little bit about everything, so whenever I do bring someone on for the project, not everyone is lost, so I can kind of help a little bit or understand or be able to push a direction of where I want to go with things. Yeah, so I'll probably give Blender a shot. Since I kind of have an idea what we're gonna work on the rest of the week. Week by week, it's gonna be one system at a time, and then throw in some days of working on art design and learning Blender, and from there. I know Blender is GPU intensive, so either I can use it on my main PC with a AMD GPU in it, or I can use the 5060 Ti in the other one. Stop. Oh, basic bridge. Push layers. We'll leave push nothing because I don't think we really have anything in the game we're going to be pushing. We're not going to be pushing blocks or anything like that. Now that I think about it. Okay, so this isn't going to cause any issues. Let us go with... Okay, we have our phase outlined. Let's do an experiment here. Keep it there. There's a really good free procedural material program called Material Maker, by the way. Oh. Let's take a look at that. See, this is why I like doing this on Twitch. I get to learn stuff. Especially since this is the artistic style of things. What are you doing? Sorry, I'm checking out my husky running around. You're looking at me like you did something wrong. Relax, please. So it's more for like asset making and art styles and like textures. I mean, that is pretty nice to have. Like, I can, I guess, make the entire, like, the ground more in the design that I want than what Unity has as free assets or what I've purchased from there. Environments, nodes. Okay, there's a lot of features. I'll definitely give that a quick look later. Alright, so there's only one player input. Input system map. Let us. Would this be a manager? I don't know what it'd be. Let's create empty. Tons of tutorials. Yeah, I've been doing tutorials like at least 1 or 2 in the evening. I have insomnia, so when I can't sleep, I'm just literally on my phone watching different stuff. Let's call it that. If you need help learning some of the techniques, I'm not that good. Focus. Honestly, I probably will have no idea which direction to go for first. I'll leave that to the experts in what they recommend. UI. Default map schema. So that's the actions. Behavior is invoked. Yeah. Oh no. It's still lagging. I think I might not be able to stream to the other place. So let's just do this. I will. Let's do this. Stop streaming here. I will upload the rest of this in a part 2. And then that should stop. Yeah, that should stop it for now. All right. That next. And then we have move, look, jump, sprint, switch characters, toggle, and then toggle view is left stick down. But if you can't afford it, I do recommend buying one-time purchase of the Substance Designer. I'll look into that. Saving that now on Steam. All right, create. So we need to create the global. Here goes. Screen keep flashing. Let's do public class. Why are you? Oh, because the hot reload is just running through it. Oh, you guys can't even see that screen. Here you go. There you go. Global. Am I spelling this right? But if you're a student or teacher of any kind, you have an email. I mean, technically, I'm teaching now. A horrible teacher, but I could be teaching now. I'll let her out in like 10 minutes. Movement settings. Character input values. Move, jump, sprint. Mouse cursor.
Transferring credits into WGU was it was a great experience.
These
I went
callbacks
to
must be
6 or
named
7,
matched.
other universities, and WGU just said, here, send it here, and we'll take care of it. It was seamless, and I knocked out almost 3 years worth of credits, and I did it in about 14 months. Learn more.
That one. Did have this for give me 2 seconds. Had to get some water, and that transition was not smooth at all. Going to my notes. We have issues in. How's the input value wrong? Let's stop the hot reload. Yeah, I think streaming to the other location was causing the problem. So, I mean, I guess we can stream in one location, just upload it for now until we get some fiber internet going on. Otherwise, we gotta put everything into the data site and then just use it from there. But that latency for real-time programming might be killer. Under manager? Yeah, go to manager already. It's been much more stable for sure. Yeah, it's just I think the upload to different location, even though I limit it to, I think it's like the recommended is like 6 to 7 megabytes in one location and 10 the other. Oh, you know what? I realized what's going on. I have a sync feature that runs during the day, so it's saving the NAS information offsite. All right, that saves me a headache trying to figure it out. The root object. Okay, so if we can do the root like this, and that as this, and the input system. No, why do I have?
Granger knows that if you're a lineman in charge of keeping the lights on, you go to great lengths and sometimes heights to ensure the
Starter
power is always
inputs are
flowing.
not there.
Which is why you can count on Granger for professional
Here.
grade products and next day delivery. So you have everything you need to get the job done. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Drag the transformation at your cinema camera follows. If you don't have one, create an empty. I'm pretty. Yeah, our player follow cam, and then our input is global input route. Why is that not? I don't think I added it. Yeah. So go back here. Should that turn into a prefab? Let's minimize these, close out the character system. So here, this game object shall let me go here, but this one, top, public global router. Is that not declared? It's not a game object? So hypothetically, let's see what happens. Yeah. Script didn't run, so it doesn't want that. happens. Yeah. Why doesn't it do undo? Reload. Okay. The script is attached here, but it's not taking it in the input field. The only thing I have is none or assets. Should I? Let's do a sub. All right, thanks for stopping by, Eternal Lord. Hopefully you have a great day. And thanks for all the info. Why can't I add input throughout? My phone window. We have about 10 more minutes of the stream. Oh, I definitely have a timeline. Realistically, it should take. We were just looking at that earlier. It should take roughly. Yeah, here's the roadmap. Looking at a year, 13 months. With the advancement of AI and having good developers and creative individuals, I can probably get it down to 8 months realistically. Yeah, I will say about 8 months. If sooner, perfectly fine. But I want something that's also doesn't feel like it's buggy. Like if I can get a 1-page list of bugs that need to get fixed after it comes out, to me that's success. If it has like as soon as the person loads in, there's 8 issues present, that means it's still in alpha. So, I mean, I don't think that's worth someone paying ballpark here. Maybe we'll say $10. Game costs $10 to do. And individuals have come accustomed to like immediate gratification psychologically where mainly to bug fixing. I think that's the only portion of AI or creativeness if like you need to think outside of the box of common problems, things of that nature. Like, hey, if we do this route, what are the issues that we might come about, and then kind of work out solutions for those. but I I personally won't use AI for anything that could go towards an artist. No design work, audio, um, visual. I'd prefer either a hiring somebody or doing it myself. Coding, I might use it to help me learn or fix some problems, but the general coding of it, probably not. Because then I'll just lead to more, as we talked about it the other day. We'll end up with more problems because AI only knows but so much because it doesn't always follow the same path you give it. So it's like, do I want to rely on AI to script out an entire thing for me? No, but I'm not opposed to using AI because it's like me getting a package from Unity. I download the package, it has a demo in it, but it's like, oh, am I using it to cheat or am I using it to accelerate development? Some people are just like, oh yeah, we'll just use ChatGPT and build an entire game out. And I'm like, yeah, but when something breaks, you know how to fix it. Uh, oh no. Compile. We are reloading, so that takes it. That works. I'm gonna have a hard time, Nora, especially visual and audio AI code. I don't love. I think the troubleshooter to ask question of the tool is fine, but personally, I just can't. Yeah, I definitely think to ask questions and troubleshoot. There's nothing wrong with using AI. I think making something though and claiming it as your own, that's where I'm like, okay, guys. Like right now, I'm trying to figure out a bug within the code, and I'm pretty sure there's a typo somewhere. Yeah, because this is public, so this should allow me to just drag this. Debugger in it. Engine input systems. Where is this reference? Right? It should. So there's no errors, so that's the problem. It adds a, so the issue I'm running into is I can't drag the file here. But all the other files I was able to move perfectly fine, besides this input one. So if I go to my manager script here, these are all defined, so they visually show up. Switch characters set active. These are the controls. Yeah, so. And if I go back to this file here, what kind of file is it? C#, regular file. It even, like, Visual Studio even tells me now what type of file, what am I doing inside of here if I just hover above it. Let's hit play and see if it breaks something. That's probably the easiest way. That is my second option. Yep, we'll just change the file out. And there's our issue. No reference, object reference, not an instant of object. Yeah, because you wouldn't let me copy it over. So we will. Restart VSCO because stuff breaks. Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised on that one. Hit extra space somewhere. Alright, Unity. Okay, so still no file, and go here, issues cleared out, but it's gonna claim that it doesn't have the file still. We attach it to the game object. If I move it out, let's remove the camera. Let's remove this. I think it's player input. Yeah. Okay, so if I go here, Something with this call action is not working. So I think those are directives.
Welcome home, Columbia. Beautiful, beautiful. Discovery 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions. Liftoff of mission 41B, first flight of the orbiter Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Discovery Houston, trim to ATO.
Active inputs, twin man.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Would this be creating a loop? I'm pretty sure it would. Yeah. It's because it's empty. That doesn't make sense. I'm confused. My head hurts a little bit on that one. Okay, yeah, I'll have to figure that one out, and I'll probably stream probably 3. I'll be back in like a couple of hours. That one's gonna scratch my head for a little bit. Thanks for chilling here, guys, and I will definitely appreciate the help. I mean, if you guys are streaming later, just send me a link, Discord, any of that, and I will make sure to pop in for a bit. Can we raid somebody? Stop recording.